Galdrielle's Quest, The Whispering Woods. Galdrielle stood at the crossroads of choice, the flickering campfire casting shadows on his face. He looked at the band of travelers, their faces lit by the dancing flames. His pride, as steadfast as his magic, and his growing suspicions about the motley crew gnawed at him. He finally shook his head, his gaze steady. "I must journey alone," he declared, his voice echoing into the quiet night. With a courteous nod to Alicia and the rest of the group, he turned on his heel and strode off, leaving the warmth of the campfire and the company of the travelers behind him. As he ventured deeper into the whispering woods, the glow of the campfire faded into the distance until all that remained was the eerie darkness of the woods. The fog began to descend, blanketing the woods in an ethereal mist. It seemed to creep and crawl, smothering the moonlight and muffling the sounds of the night. Galdrielle felt a chill crawl up his spine, the voices of the woods whispering in his ear. They were echoes of lost souls, their cries for salvation carried by the wind. But the elder wizard was not deterred. He had braved many storms, and this was another he would weather. With firm resolve, he raised his staff, the ancient runes etched into its wood glowing softly. Muttering an incantation, he summoned a gust of wind to dispel the fog. The woods, however, seemed to swallow his magic, the fog remaining as dense as ever. Understanding that he couldn't affect the woods, Galdrielle decided to fortify himself. He reached into his satchel and pulled out a vial filled with a glowing potion. This potion of enlightenment was known to protect the drinker's mind from external influences. As he drank, a warm sensation spread through him, his senses becoming sharper and the whispering voices of the woods fading to a dull hum. To shed some light on his path, Galdrielle ignited the tip of his staff. A brilliant flame sprang to life, but its light barely pierced the impenetrable fog. As he pressed on, the woods began to twist and turn in his mind, illusions of monstrous atrocities and lost souls emerging from the mist. They lunged at him, their spectral hands reaching out in a dreadful dance. Galdrielle stood his ground, his staff brandished in front of him. With powerful waves of magic, he dispelled the illusions, his staff carving through the air, leaving trails of glittering energy in its wake. Days turned into nights and back into days, Galdrielle's journey through the whispering woods becoming a relentless battle against the phantom menace. His strength and resolve were tested at every turn, but he pushed on, determined to reach Frostford. But the woods had more trials in store for him. Suddenly, the apparitions ceased their attacks, and an eerie silence fell over the woods. It was almost too calm. Then, out of the mist, a colossal atrocity materialized. This monstrous illusion was unlike any he had faced before, its form radiating a menacing aura. Galdrielle could feel his magical defenses faltering as it seared into his mind. The atrocity's presence was threatening to overcome his potion of enlightenment, and Galdrielle was already weary. He was faced with yet another fatal decision. Stand his ground and fight the atrocity, or flee and attempt to lose the atrocity in the woods.